The grid's been dead for 3 days. In the dead of January, outside snow piles against the door, like it's trying to break in. Inside, your breath hangs in clouds, and the pipes are making that ticking sound that happens right before they burst and flood your basement. The thermostat reads 38 degrees Fahrenheit and is dropping like a stone. The neighbors' houses are already dark, no glow, no chimney smoke, just silence and the occasional distant crack of a frozen tree branch. You have hours, not days, before hypothermia turns your heartbeat irregular and your decisions stupid. No worries, we are going to fix this with combustion chemistry, thermal mass, and some seriously antisocial heat hacks. Most people think extra blankets and closing the doors will save them. This is a comforting lie. The reality is that your modern home is a sieve. It has poor insulation, massive windows, and zero thermal mass. It is designed to be heated by a furnace that blows hot air 24/7. Without power, that furnace is a paperweight, and your house temperature will plummet. To match the outdoors, in 12 to 24 hours, your body loses heat via convection, radiation, and conduction faster than your metabolism can generate it. If you try to heat the whole house, you die. The first step is to shrink your world. Pick one small room, preferably central, preferably with low ceilings. Seal the doors, seal the windows with blankets, duct tape, and trash bags. Move everyone and everything into that one room. Less volume equals easier heating. Your McMansion just became a walk-in freezer. With Wi-Fi you can't use, so abandon it. We are fighting Newton's law of cooling here. Heat loss is proportional to the temperature difference and the surface area. Reduce the surface area, and you buy yourself days instead of hours. Now let's talk about the heavy artillery. Phase 2 is kerosene. There is a myth that kerosene heaters are old tech or dangerous. The brutal truth is that a decent 23,000 BTU convection unit is the closest thing to grid heat. Without a grid, it turns a freezing room into a sauna. But here is the problem. Incomplete combustion risks carbon monoxide, and a perfectly sealed room risks asphyxiation. You are running a mini oil refinery in your living room. The fix is strictly procedural. Stock clear 1K kerosene because it burns stable and has low odor. If you buy the red, dyed stuff, your house will smell like a diesel truck exploded. Run the heater in the center of your micro fortress and crack a window 1 inch. Yes, it feels insane to open a window in a blizzard, but you need the cross draft to feed the fire oxygen so it doesn't feed on you. 5 to 10 gallons stored safely gives you weeks of heat. It smells like industrial survival, but that smells better than freezing to death. Next, we need a portable backup. Everyone grabs those little Mr. Buddy propane heaters, thinking indoor safe means foolproof. Reality check: that oxygen depletion sensor acts as a safety switch, but it is a $10 part. Made in a factory that cuts corners, it works until it doesn't. Even a clean burn consumes oxygen and produces water vapor, which drops the temperature of the room in a weird way by making it damp. The fix is to treat it like a loaded weapon. Stock the 1-pound green bottles for mobility, but buy the adapter hose to hook it up to a 20-pound barbecue tank. That gives you weeks of runtime instead of hours, and never ever run it without a battery-operated carbon monoxide detector. Carbon monoxide is a ghost. It kills you while you are napping. If you don't have a detector, you are playing Russian roulette with physics. For the scavengers, we have the alcohol wick. The myth is that alcohol stoves are just for cooking backpacking meals. The truth is that denatured alcohol, or 91% isopropyl, burns almost completely clean. It produces CO2 and water with almost zero carbon monoxide. This makes it the safest option for tight spaces like a tent setup inside your living room. The problem is low heat output. The fix is the paint can heater. Take a clean metal paint can, remove the cardboard tube from a roll of toilet paper, stuff the paper inside the can, and saturate it with alcohol. Light the top. It acts as a massive wick that burns steadily for 4 to 6 hours. It is crude, it is ugly, and it works. Plus, the fuel doubles as a disinfectant. And barter gold. Your toilet paper hoard finally justifies itself as a glowing orange space heater. Now stop heating the air and start heating mass. This is phase 5. Air sucks at holding heat. It has a low specific heat capacity. As soon as you open a door, the heat vanishes. You need a thermal battery. Stockpile solid clay bricks, soapstone, or smooth river rocks. Put them on top of your kerosene heater or wood stove. Let them absorb the energy. When you turn the fuel off to sleep, wrap the hot rocks in towels and put them in your sleeping bag. This is how humans survived the Ice Age. You are using conduction to transfer heat directly to your blood supply rather than trying to warm up the empty space around you. You are cuddling hot rocks like a caveman who read a physics textbook, and it will double your fuel efficiency. Phase 6 is the biological furnace. The myth is that shivering burns calories, so it keeps you warm. The truth is shivering is your body's last desperate attempt before it shuts down. You need thermogenesis from digestion, but not just any food, you need fat. Digestion raises your core temperature, and metabolizing fat generates the most heat. Stockpile peanut butter, coconut oil, and lard. Eat a spoonful of fat right before you go to sleep. Combine this with a Mylar emergency tent, pitched inside your designated warm room. Mylar reflects 90% of your radiant body heat back at you. If you eat the fat and zip the tent, you create a micro-climate that is 20 to 30 degrees warmer than the room, powered entirely by a spoonful of peanut butter and your own biology. You become a human burrito radiating warmth in a foil cocoon. Finally, we have the psychological warfare phase. This is the part nobody talks about. If your house is the only one on the block, with a warm glow in the window and smoke pumping out of the chimney, you are not a survivor, you are a target. Desperate freezing neighbors turn tribal very fast. You need to create the frozen out illusion, vent your smoke at night or disperse it, black out your windows completely so no orange glow leaks out. If you have to answer the door, do not look warm, wear your coat, frost your own windows artificially by wiping them with a wet rag and letting the draft freeze it. When you speak to neighbors, let them see your breath fog. Complain about the cold, tell them you are out of fuel, convince the block that you are just as miserable as they are shivering under a pile of wet blankets. While in reality you are toasty warm. Inside your foil sauna, visible hardship signals low reward. Raiders move toward the houses that look comfortable. This whole system is pure physics and chemistry, convection versus radiation-specific heat capacity, combustion stoichiometry and metabolic thermogenesis. The harsh truth of a winter blackout is that the cold doesn't rage you, and it doesn't negotiate, it just waits for your body to lose. The thermodynamic war, blankets alone, are just insulating your own failure. You need active, layered, intelligent heat. You are not trying to be invincible, you are just trying to be harder to freeze than the guy next door who thought extra socks was a survival plan. Stay warm, stay hidden, stay alive.